Hello and welcome. So, have you ever been staring at a French sentence just completely stumped by all the different ways to ask who? Well, if that's you, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are going to crack that code once and for all.
I mean, seriously, they all sound so alike, don't they? It is one of the biggest hurdles for French learners. You see them, you hear them, and you're thinking, wait a minute, aren't these all just different ways to say who? And well, you're not wrong, but there is a system to the madness, I promise.
And here's the best part. This isn't about memorizing like a million different grammar rules. Nope. It's about getting one single, super powerful idea. Once you click with this, everything else just falls into place.
Okay, let's get right to it. The entire mystery, the whole thing, hangs on this one simple question. In your sentence, is who the subject or is it the object? That's it. That is the secret key to everything.
Think of it like this, okay? The subject is the star of the show. They're the one doing the action, like who is singing. But the object, that's more like the supporting actor. They're the one the action is happening to. Whom do you see? If you can get that difference, you are 90% of the way there. For real.
So, let's tackle the first scenario. What do we do when who is the actor, the one actually doing the thing?
The most common way, the one you'll hear all the time, is beautifully simple. You just take qui and stick it right in front of the verb. That's it. No extra fluff, no fancy words.
And what's so cool here is how clear the pattern is. Just look at the examples. In qui dit cela, qui is the one doing the saying. In qui a compris, qui is the one who did the understanding. See? The subject, qui, is just glued right to its action, the verb.
Okay, but what if you want to add a little more punch, a little more emphasis? Well, there's another way to ask a subject question, and the phrase you need to look for is est-ce.
You see how that works? It's the same basic question, but that est-ce just gives it a bit more oomph. It's kind of like asking, so who is it that understood? The function is exactly the same, it just has a slightly stronger feel. And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. Both of these questions mean who says that. You can totally use them interchangeably. The only difference is that little tiny bit of emphasis. So, the bottom line is, if qui is the subject, you've got two great options. All right, now for the other side of the coin. What happens when who isn't the actor anymore, but is now the one getting the action?
Okay, here's the most common way you'll ask an object question. And the clue, it's subtle, but it's so important. It's not est-ce anymore. Now it's est-ce. That single letter change from an I to an E is your signal that qui is now the object.
Let's look really close at these. In qui est-ce que tu as vu? Who's doing the seeing? Tu is you are. So that means qui has to be the object, the one being seen. The fact that there's another subject in there, like tu or nu, that's your giant flashing sign that qui is the receiver.
Now there's one more way to do this, and this one's a little more formal. You're going to see it a lot in writing. It's called inversion. And, well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like.
See the pattern here? Instead of tu as vu, it gets flipped to as-tu vu. The verb and the pronoun just swap places. It's a really clean, elegant way to ask the question, but it definitely sounds a bit more formal than the est-ce version.
And again, let's put them right next to each other. Both of these mean whom did you see? The meaning is identical. Your choice just depends on the situation. Are you chatting with a friend, or are you, writing a formal paper?
All right, theory is great and all, but let's see if this system actually works in the wild. It's time to put what we've learned to the test. You ready?
Okay, here we go. Take a look at this one. The first step is always the same. Find the actor. Who is actually doing the preferring in this sentence? Go on, take a second and think about it.
And the answer is qui est-ce. But why? Because tu, you, is the subject. You are the one doing the preferring. And that means who must be the object, the one being preferred. So we've got to use our object structure. Qui est-ce que tu prefers? Let's try one more. First things first. Just look at the structure. Do you recognize that pattern? As tu. What's that little flip-flop telling you?
That's it. It's our formal inversion structure. Est-tu is just the flipped version of tu as. So the translation is simply, whom did you meet last night? You're getting this.
So really, it all just boils down to this super simple two-step checklist. Every single time you need to ask who, just run it through this process. Step 1, is it the actor or the receiver? Step 2, pick the structure that goes with it. That's the whole system right there.
And this quote really says it all. The way the sentence is built
all depends on the job that key is doing. It's not random at all. It's a logical system that's all based on that subject versus object idea.
So there you have it, the 4 key ways to ask who in French, all unlocked with just one simple concept. So my question for you is this. Now that you've got the system down, which of these 4 structures are you going to go out and try to use first? Thanks so much for joining me.